Hello everybody, and welcome to the finale of Terra's story in the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix playthrough.
I was told the Master was struck down.
Yes, that's right. I was stupid and helped Xehanort do it. The Master. He tried to hurt Ven. I only fought because I wanted to protect him. But I was tricked. Xehanort set the whole thing up. Also, he could awaken the darkness inside me. You were right, Aqua. And so was the Master. I did need to be watched. I went astray. But no more.
What else is darkness but hate and rage? Xehanort is feeding the dark fires within you, making you fight. You'll go astray again. Tell me, how does that honor our Master's memory, Terra?
Xehanort wants me and Vanitas to fight. And make some kind of Keyblade. But the Master said we can't let that happen. And he tried to destroy me for it.
Keyblade?
I still don't know exactly what it is. But it scares me to death. Even just the thought of it.
Relax, man. We're here, and we're gonna take care of you.
I may have to fight Vanitas after all. If I do, guys, I want you to...
The three of us can never be torn apart, all right? I'll always find a way.
I'm asking you, as a friend. Just put an end to me.
Behold, these lifeless keys used to be full of power, united with the hearts of their masters. On this barren soil, keyblades of light and darkness were locked in combat, as a great keyblade war raged. Countless keyblade wielders gave up their lives, all in search of one ultimate key. And it will soon belong to me. Keyblade!
again!
Are you okay?
Admirably done. I knew this was a journey you could make. Over the unseen wall that divides darkness and light. And I was not wrong, Terra!
My friend, Ven. You tell me, Xehanort. What did you do to him?
Why, I did him a favor and freed the darkness inside him. Alas, new adventures never have the fortitude for such strenuous trials.
Xehanort!
And so, our final boss battle begins. We get to face down Master Xehanort and Vanitas at once. Bit of a challenge, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely fun. The key here is take down Vanitas first. Focus on him, because really that then gives you enough time to focus on Xehanort himself, rather than worrying about another person attacking you. Xehanort will pretty much stay out of the way while you're battling Vanitas, so that's pretty much okay. I will say, it's also very odd whenever you go into Rhythm Mixer in these sorts of fights, because they come up slightly ridiculous. And also, yeah, my god, like, you can really get hurt during these fights. They are quite the challenge. I remember when I first took on the finale of Terra story. Did not end well. I struggled quite a lot. But it's okay. All you need to do is take down about 1 and a bit health bars of Vanitas, and the plot will continue. Also, can I just say, I love that they recreated the entirety of the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 2 in-game graphics. It would have looked cooler if they used the CGI stuff, but I can live with that. It was still pretty awesome.
Savor that rage and despair. Let it empower you.
You will pay, Xehanort. Was my master? No. My father, Eric, is not enough for you? Leave my friends alone!
Yes, boy, that's it. More. Let your whole heart blacken with anger.
And also, I have to say, I really love this song as well. I believe it's called Black Powder on the soundtrack. It's really epic. I mean, one of the things that Kingdom Hearts has always done is have really amazing pieces of music for the final boss battles, and Birth by Sleep is certainly no exception. But yes, taking down Master Xehanort can be a challenge. I really do not have the best command setup for this, because Meteor Crash just clearly doesn't do much good, but obviously they have the joy of a good shot lock. Really does help in a situation like this. And also, you know, I've got like 3 Kiragas, so really I can make sure that I get myself out of trouble relatively quickly. Now I believe that there is a way to avoid this stream a little bit more effectively than what I'm doing, but it's okay, because he has been defeated. Although clearly that is not the final boss of Terra's story. There is more, because multi-phase battles, that's Kingdom Hearts' shtick. And also one of the sort of most awesome twists that the game could have thrown. It's the one that everyone was perhaps expecting.
There, you see?
But it is effective nonetheless, I feel.
The blade has been forged.
Then!
And now, Terra, it is time for the final union.
What?
At last, our moment is here. Out with the old and brittle vessel, and in with a younger, stronger new one. I swore I would survive, and be there to see what awaited beyond the Keyblade War. And now it is your darkness that shall be the arc that sustains me!
This heart belongs again to darkness. All worlds begin in darkness, and also end. The heart is no different. Darkness sprouts within it. It grows, consumes it. Such is its nature. In the end, every heart returns to the darkness whence it came. Your body submits, your heart succumbs. So why does your mind resist?
And so, as Terra's lingering will takes over his armor, it is time to take on the final boss of Terra's story, Terranaut, as, you know, we've all come to call him. Technically, this is Xehanort in Terra's body, but we've all called him Terranaut, so that's where we're living. He is a challenge, as you would expect. He flies all over the arena, effectively using like a dark Ragnarok on you. He uses his own version of Sonic Impact. He really is a challenge, particularly considering, you know, Terra's speed and all that jazz. Also, I mean, you get the really awesome piece of music, which is, I believe, Rage Awakened. Once again, great final boss themes. The game is full of them, and I love it. I mean, one of the things that I think most people would recommend for this particular fight is, and pretty much all of the final bosses throughout the game, is to have it's either like Restore Block or Restore Barrier, which you get by melding. You can get by melding Asuna and Barrier, but you've got to make sure that you have 2 barriers in order to do it, otherwise it won't let you, because it thinks then you don't have a barrier, despite the fact that you probably do. Experience that I learned quite a lot later down the line. But yes, this can be a really challenging fight. Obviously, once again, if you're using shot locks, I mean, the particular challenge in Terra's is that our final boss here does like to dodge out of the way whenever you are doing a shot lock. So he can be quite terrifying. And as I said, I don't really have the best command setup for this. It could have gone a lot more effectively, but still, you make do with what you've got. And you survive. That's the key. And also, yeah, I really do love Rage Awakened. Great piece. And it's just like, Terranauts, you will go down. I will get my body back, thank you very much. Although obviously, you know, since this is a prequel, we all know that's not going to happen. Particularly because Terra's lingering will, or lingering sentiment, would go on to become the super difficult secret boss at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, which definitely I've not taken on, but I know that I probably will not take on when I eventually tackle Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix on, you know, the 1.5 plus 2.5 HD remix, because I like to complete all of the games that I own. I've not necessarily done that yet, but I will do it. It's definitely on my list of things to do. But there we go. Terranaut is defeated, and Terra's story is over. His body has been taken over, and he's not getting it back. And, you know, for the HD remix, they made sure that he sprouted a cape right there to make it consistent with the Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix version that we end up facing in that. But yes, that is the tragedy of Terra's story. He truly does become a tragic hero in the end.
Aqua. Ven. One day, I will set this right.
And yes, that is all they wrote for Terra's story. It's one of those things where the Kingdom Hearts franchise is sort of well known for like creating endings that are like proper tearjerkers, but I would say that really Birth by Sleep is the only game where there are endings where the villain wins. In the sense of Xehanort, while he ultimately didn't get to get Kingdom Hearts, he got his new vessel to continue his plans. He forged the Keyblade and brought forth Kingdom Hearts. It's just that it didn't go entirely to plan. So I suppose in a way, in Terra's story, nobody wins. And I think that it's actually quite an interesting tack to take. I mean, it's one of those things which it's kind of obvious the second you look at Terra, you know that this is sort of the path that he's going to end up taking. I remember when we all saw that secret ending, there was the glow in the eyes and everyone was just like, oh my god, is he going to become the Xehanort that we know from earlier Kingdom Hearts titles? Is he related to that Xehanort or what have you? So there were all those questions spiralling about, and it was a very interesting time. And I can't remember whether it was spoiled that it was going to happen or not, but it was one of the things that I think it was relatively expected that you would end up with Terranort by the end of the game in some form or another. And while that was perhaps expected, I think that it is an interesting wrinkle to add into the narrative of Kingdom Hearts, because it always has had this interesting perspective on good and evil and darkness and light. And so it makes sense that ultimately in Birth by Sleep you've got three heroes that cover the sort of different paths. You've got Terra, who ends up unwittingly walking the path of darkness, Aqua, who ends up walking the path of light, and Ventus, who ends up walking the path in between. And I think that it's quite an effective way of telling a story. Also, can I just say how much I love Hikari, Kingdom Orchestral Instrumental Mix, whatever the hell it's called. It's just so incredibly beautiful. Every time I hear it, I really want to hear it live, because it is just one of those stunningly beautiful pieces of music. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. But yeah, I suppose I should also briefly point out, as I've said before, I'm not the biggest fan of Terra's gameplay style, and I do think that he does come across as the least likeable of all of the heroes. But I still think that it is an effective story. And yes, there is our battle report. And make sure that you do save at the end of this. You need to make sure that you have a completed save file with every single one of the characters in order to make sure that you get the final episode and so on and so forth. So definitely save and definitely keep it. But that is the end of Terra's story. It is time to see what awaits us with Ven.